My wife told me not to embarrass her at the office party. 10 minutes later, the hotel screen showed her name beside Suite 1408, and right under it was her boss's name. The worst part was not the room number. The worst part was that she saw me seated, and her first instinct was not guilt. It was anger. "Turn it off," Natalie said, so quietly only I could hear her. "Do not ruin this for me. This, not us." The party was at the Harbor Grand Hotel, where Natalie's company held its annual leadership dinner. I had not wanted to go. For months, she had kept her phone face down, stayed late for meetings that were never on her calendar, and treated every normal question like an accusation. But that night she insisted. "Mark wants spouses there," she said while fastening a small company badge to her purse. "It helps with a stable leadership image." Mark was her regional director. I had heard his name too many times from other people and almost never from her. Before we walked into the ballroom, Natalie touched my sleeve and said, "Please don't embarrass me tonight." I should have asked what she thought I might expose. Inside, everyone greeted her before they greeted me. "Mark's favorite is here," someone said. Natalie laughed too quickly. Mark appeared a minute later in a navy suit, smooth and smiling, the kind of man who looked at my wife like he was used to her looking back. He shook my hand and said, "Daniel, glad you made it," not Natalie's husband. Daniel, like my name, had been discussed before I arrived. For the first hour I played the polite spouse. I held drinks. I made small talk. I watched Mark refill Natalie's glass before it was empty. I watched his hand land on the small of her back and stay there 1 second too long. Then the band started playing. Mark held out his hand. Natalie looked at me. Then she took it. People moved aside for them like they already knew the routine. That was the first real punch. Not that he danced with her. That nobody looked surprised. I stood there with two untouched drinks while my wife crossed the floor in another man's arms. Mark leaned toward her ear, and I caught 5 words through the music. "He still doesn't know." Natalie laughed. Then she looked over his shoulder at me and smiled. That smile made something in me go cold. When the song ended, she came back flushed and bright-eyed, like she had won something. "Don't be weird," she whispered. "It's networking." Then she set her purse on the cocktail table. The badge clipped to it flipped over. Behind the badge was a white hotel keycard. No company logo. No vendor sticker. Just a tiny hotel room icon and the number 1408 printed in the corner. I asked, "What's that?" Natalie's hand snapped over it. "A vendor pass." Mark appeared beside her almost instantly. "Everything okay?" Natalie did not even look at me when she answered. Daniel gets insecure when he realizes he isn't the most important man in the room. People nearby heard it. A few of them pretended not to. That line should have made me leave. Instead, it made me look around. Near the stage, an event coordinator was trying to fix the raffle slideshow. Her tablet was open to the hotel's event dashboard, the same system that checked badges at the ballroom door and logged access to the private upstairs lounge. I work in access control software. I know what a live access panel looks like. I also know the difference between a guest badge and a room key. The coordinator sighed and asked the room, "Does anyone know why the mirror display keeps dropping?" I said, "I can take a look." I did not open files. I did not search messages. I did not hack anything. The screen was already open, and there, in the live access list, were 2 entries from the same minute. Natalie Reed, Suite 1408. Mark Ellison, Suite 1408. I took one photo. Then I tapped what I thought was the display button. For 1 second, the ballroom screen showed the holiday raffle. For 1 second after that, it showed the live access list. Natalie saw it before anyone else. Her face drained so fast I thought she might faint. Mark's polished smile disappeared. On the screen, beside the company logo, were the only lines anyone needed. Natalie Reed. Suite 1408, Mark Ellison. Suite 1408, 9:14 p.m. Nobody clapped this time. The coordinator yanked the tablet back and killed the mirror feed. An HR manager stepped in front of Mark. Mark, she said, very quietly, we need to talk outside. Natalie grabbed my arm hard enough to hurt. You don't understand what you just did. I looked at her hand. For a second, I remembered our wedding, our first apartment, the woman who used to hold my hand under restaurant tables when she wanted to go home. Then I remembered her laughing when Mark said, he still doesn't know. I removed her hand. Yes, I said. I finally do. She followed me into the hallway. It wasn't what it looked like, she said. People only say that when it is exactly what it looked like. Suite 1408, I said. Her face changed from panic to calculation. We were talking about my promotion. In a hotel room, private lounge, she said, with a keycard hidden behind your badge. That was when she stopped trying to explain and started trying to manage me. Please don't make this legal, she said. Not, please don't leave me. Not, I made a mistake. Please don't make this legal. That told me the log was not the whole story. I drove home alone. By midnight, I had packed one suitcase, saved the photo of the screen, and emailed it to an attorney. Natalie came home barefoot, holding her heels in one hand. Mark is on leave, she said. I said nothing. HR wants statements tomorrow. I said nothing. Then she said the sentence that ended any doubt I had left. You were only supposed to stand there and look supportive. There it was, stable leadership image. I was not invited as her husband. I was brought as cover. The next afternoon, Mark's wife emailed me. She had been suspicious for months. She had credit card records from 3 Friday nights at the same hotel bar, screenshots from Mark's calendar, and one photo of Natalie in the red dress from 2 weeks earlier. Different event, same floor, same room number. I sent everything to my attorney and filed for separation before Natalie finished writing her apology text. She did not lose me because she danced with her boss. She lost me because she made me stand there while she celebrated getting away with it. Sometimes the betrayal is not the dance. Sometimes the dance is the victory lap. And sometimes the smallest card in the room tells the truth louder than the person holding it.